Back in 2017, I had to go to France on a research trip. I was researching a devotion to Our Lady and had to visit a few different basilicas and shrines dedicated to that title of Our Lady. As some people became aware that I was going to France, they asked me, hey, are you going to Lourdes? Are you going to Lisieux? Are you going to other places, or are you just doing research? Well, I had set aside a few days to do research, but I thought since I was already in France, I would end up in those places. I had incorporated that into my schedule. Well, one of the individuals who spoke to me was a father. And this father said, hey, would it be possible for me and my daughter to go on your trip with you? They had shared with me that their daughter had cancer since she was a young girl, and that now the tumors had returned. And they thought that if I was going to Lourdes, they would be able to join me and pray there at the grotto and to go into the healing waters of Lourdes. Today, not only is the 6th Sunday in Ordinary Time, but it's also February 11th. It's the feast of Our Lady of Lourdes, not celebrated because it's a Sunday, but really observed by great devotees of Our Lady. Our Lady appeared to a young girl named Bernadette Subaru. She was a peasant asthmatic girl, and she appeared several times beginning on February 11th. And over the course of the series of apparitions, Our Lady said to Bernadette, dig in the ground, and you'll find a miraculous spring of water. So Bernadette dug in the ground, and this spring of water was discovered. And the people of the village began coming to this spring. They would dip their hands, they would wash their faces, and they would experience healings. In the movie, The Song of Bernadette, which tells the story of the apparitions, there was this blind man, and I'm going to guess it's a true story from the apparition, but this blind man in the village washes his face, and he's able to see. He was healed in the healing springs of Lourdes. This young girl, her father, and the friend, along with other individuals that we met there in Lourdes. There was another person I met, similar situation, an adult, had cancer, was there praying for healing. They wanted to go to Lourdes so that they could experience the healing effects and maybe be healed in one of those verified miracles of Lourdes. Today is not only the memorial of Our Lady of Lourdes, but it's also the World Day of Prayer for the Sick. And in our gospel today, we hear about this leper that comes to Jesus. And our first reading from the book of Leviticus today tells us kind of what happened to a leper. They had to announce, unclean, unclean. They had to keep a distance from people. And we know that's the case even in the United States, even into the 18 and the early 1900s. There was a colony of lepers on an island of Hawaii in Molokai, where St. Damien of Molokai and St. Mary Ann Cope, they served the leper community. A colony of lepers separated from society. So this leper comes to Jesus in our gospel and says, Lord, if you wish, you can make me clean. Lord, if you wish. And Jesus says to him, I do will it. Be made clean. Go, show yourself to the priest. So you have this leper who experiences this healing. What does it mean for him? It means he no longer has to announce that he's unclean. It means that he can embrace the people that he loves. It means he can sit at table and share a meal with his family. It means that he can resume an ordinary life. What Jesus did for this leper was profound for his life. And the leper experiences the healing. Lord, if you wish, you can make me clean. I do will it. Be made clean. I think of this young girl who journeyed with me back in 2017, her father and the friend of the family, and also about this other individual I met that time in Lourdes. And how we prayed together. We went to the grotto. I anointed them. We invoked the intercession of Our Lady. We prayed that they would be healed of this cancer. They went into the miraculous spring at Lourdes, but they weren't healed. They went back home. They still had cancer. And within a year, they both died. And I think of them and how we asked, Lord, if you wish, you can heal these people. I think of Monsignor Arthur Culkins, a great Marian theologian, who a few weeks ago experienced a fall. He had some trauma to the brain. He was unconscious in the hospital and recently died. And I think about him and how many people gathered at churches to pray the rosary for him. Lord, if you wish, you could heal Monsignor. You could heal this young girl. You could heal this other person. But they didn't experience that healing. The Lord, it seems, didn't will it. How do we accept that? I know that as I spoke with that family, they told me that their daughter experienced a greater sense of peace and acceptance after the trip to Lourdes, that it deepened her faith and trust in God. And as that young girl suffered, her story touched her peers and young people. Still today, it does. And so God was at work somehow. His grace was present, even though it wasn't the healing grace we asked for. At every Mass, when we attend, we can pray for healing. And as we go to Mass, Sunday after Sunday, maybe if day after day, if we go to daily Mass, we can ask the Lord for healing. And maybe some people go to Mass and they have some sort of health affliction that they're dealing with, some illness, disease, and they go to Mass, they go to church, and they pray, Lord, if you wish, you can heal me, deliver me from whatever ails me. Maybe people come to Mass and they say, Lord, I need emotional healing. I need mental healing. I need spiritual healing. I need healing of my memory. I need healing in ways I don't even know, but you know, Lord. Lord, if you wish, you can make me clean. As we come to Mass, I would just encourage us to name whatever way we need healing that particular Sunday or at that particular Mass. Mindful of the fact that at every Mass, we say, Lord, I'm not worthy for you to enter under my roof, but only say the word and my soul shall be healed. Lord, if you wish, you can heal by your word. So as we pray before the Blessed Sacrament, as we receive the Lord in Holy Communion, let us ask the Lord to heal us in whatever way he wishes, healing us in mind, body, and soul.